So as a new company, we want to create lots of nice content, stunning imagery which sort of shows our technical ability. And Ross had this idea for a 2-minute scene, like a very poetic little short piece of a knight walking through a field and a bit of a dance with this lady, and that was basically the original concept.
It came to me, the name, The Violet Ghost. It was just an idea. It was like a Terrence Malick sort of sci-fi poetry kind of adaptation, and it was only ever supposed to be like a minute long.
Ross went, well, how about we have a bit of a journey in there, this character, and add a few more locations. Ross came back and he goes, oh look, I found this location in Wales where they shot Clash of the Titans. I was up there training last year. And I was just like, blown away. Absolutely stunning scenery. It looked like something out of this world. And that was the hook for me. That's where I went, right, let's make a proper 10-minute short film here. Let's really go for it. So we started adapting the script, because up until this point it had just been written as a short story by my sister Rosanna Long, this 2-minute scene. So we got Rosie to rewrite it, gave her a brief again, and we're like, okay, you need to basically get these elements in, this part of the journey, this location, this is sort of what we're looking at. See, obviously, our original story is written as a short piece of creative writing. It's not written as a film, and the way that you engage your audience with film and a piece of writing are very different. So we had to really heavily adapt our story, because, with a short film, you've got maybe 30 seconds or a minute if you're lucky to engage your audience. So although our visuals and costumes were going to be our main catch, we still have to have a story that sells. And a lot of people I know have made short films, they normally start with an idea for the beginning and the end of a film, but then the middle's a bit flaky. And I think our film is very much the other way around. We've really we've had the idea for the middle, and then there's a start and end that is very difficult to come up with. Ross came in with all the art direction. We've got these great locations now, and then Ross started putting all these costumes together, these drawings, and showing me all these different things.
And I found this sort of full body armour and sort of gauntlets and the greaves you'd get on your legs, and I just started to form a vision of this warrior in another time, but it had bits of modern it was a very modern sort of that didn't really reveal a lot, very war-torn, very distressed look.
The parts for costumes have come from all around the world, they really have. So got helmets from the US, got clothing from Hong Kong, you name it, we've got it. The knight costume, the main character, that originally started just like a nice polished chrome suit of armour, and it looked crap. It looked tinny, it didn't have the right feel we wanted. It looked far too safe and typical medieval. So, Ross goes away, sprays it all up black, scratches it up, sands it down, comes back, and that's it. Now it looks for business, it looks dark, it looks industrial.
The character Ordlaus, it was following a story structure. The hero's going after a goal in particular, and you have obstacles in the way, and you usually have an aid, almost like your own Obi-Wan Kenobi. And the name Ordlaus came while I was on a train. It was an advert for Iceland, and it said the word speechless in Iceland is Ordlaus, and the whole thing just fitted. There was a sculptor who I was inspired by called Philip Jackson, and he had designed this great big, these statues, lots and lots of these statues, but the headpiece was kind of like so, and the head all sort of stretched down. And I was saying to my partner Tom that I'd really like to use this as the Dark Lords. The Dark Lords really, that's where it came from.
I hate these costumes so much, and I am blessed to have someone as patient as Ross Lusted on set putting them together.
Let's take a time to mention the people wearing the costumes.
Yeah. And the people patient enough to stand there wearing them. All of this film was about creating an illusion that there's more money and there's more production value than there really is, because the whole thing's shot out of our back pocket. It really genuinely is just our cash. There's no investment, there's no handouts, there's nothing. We didn't want it just to be a drama in a council flat. We wanted to really push it. Let's create something new, let's create something different for nothing.
From what we researched in short filmmaking is shoot it in your local neighbourhood, you know, so if you're in the centre of London, film in the centre of London, like in a cemetery or somewhere that's a little bit peculiar. We broke every single one of those rules. Originally, like I say, it was Hertford, a little field somewhere with loads of snow. We didn't have any snow this year, so that was panned straight away.
Ross started throwing these other locations in as well. So it was, oh, I want to go and shoot in the desert, or, oh, why don't we have a snow scene up a mountain? I was like, oh, Ross, we haven't got the money for this, we haven't got the time for this. And fair play to me, he turned around and go, oh no, I've got this location in France, look at this sand dune. It was the same thing as Wales. I was thinking, oh, I haven't got time for this. Saw a picture of it and it was, wow. Again, I'm sold, let's go. But can we afford it?
Yeah, the desert scene was more of a stroke of luck finding that. We looked at Scotland and large beaches in the UK and there wasn't really anything. I thought, oh, I'll just see what's in Europe. So I googled sand dunes in Europe and La Playa, I think it's La Playa in the west coast of France came up. Well, we were blown away by it. And the story just started to grow. We were getting alien-like landscapes or otherworldly landscapes. We looked into it and thought, oh, this is going to cost like literally hundreds and hundreds of pounds. Got there and back again in 24 hours for 75 quid. How could we not go to France and shoot that there? I mean, it'd be more expensive to go to Scotland. We wanted that epic look. I mean, if you look at the film where the sand is literally pouring through the trees, it's like Tatooine meets Endor. I mean, you can't get that in the UK. If you want to make a great film, you go further by going the distance. And that's what we did with Violet.
It's not your money that's a limit a lot of the time, it's your imagination. Because, okay, I appreciate that it's very expensive to fly out to places and, you know, this and that, but, you know, a lot of people go and spend £500 on a proper camera for a day to shoot a short film, whereas, you know, I'm a cameraman and trust me, that is my love and I always think, yeah, best. But, you know, with this film it was like, well, let's get a slightly lower grade camera, the FS700, and let's spend the rest of the money on travelling abroad rather than going all out on a red, but then not being able to do that. So I think, you know, you've really got to use your imagination and, you know, think about it. I think if you use a bit of logic there, you can achieve far more.
Trying to produce this film and act in it at the same time, I've never done acting before, so I just threw myself into it really. I did some research, a bit of studying how an actor should be, and winged the rest, and trying to produce it as well. But to be honest, you know, I had my partner with me, and without it, it just would never have happened. I mean, I have to say that there's a good team here.
Planning this short film, every other evening, I was getting a phone call from Ross. I've got this new idea. I'm going to do this. I'm going to climb a mountain. I'm going to climb a sand dune. I'm going to fall into a lake. And every time I was like, yeah, all right, whatever. But will you actually do it? And you know, to be fair to the guy, he did. So there's a scene at the lake where the character's at the lowest point throughout the film, and you know, Ross, I think it's important that he collapsed into this lake. You know, really sort of showed that's it. He's had enough. That's the end. And I was like, well, go on, man. Are you really going to jump in a lake? I believe it when I see it, but you know, to be fair to the guy, he did it and froze his balls off in the middle of April in a cold lake in Wales on a Sunday on Easter morning. Ross will just down, take one of the water.
Yeah.
So it's just been in over there. How was it?
emotional. It was cold. It wasn't too bad to start with, but yeah, it's cold now.
Okay, we'll try and wrap up quick.
He could sense the presence of the Black Lords, for they left a lingering, mouldy stench wherever they had trodden. It had felt only fitting that he should lay the crystal on Violet's grave. Suddenly, she was there. He had no idea how. It was as though her soul was lingering between the two worlds.
Yeah, very, very nice. Absolutely perfect, spot on.
Creating this film while running 2 other jobs, making costumes in the evening, going over the script, voiceover, sounds, costumes, ordering stuff from America, and constantly trying to weigh up the pros and cons. Should we buy this bit of kit? Should we buy that bit of kit? And trying to put the whole thing together. It was when I studied at Raindance, you know, Elliot Grover said filmmaking isn't difficult, but it is hard work. And if I had a hat, I'll take it off to you, because it is. You know, filmmaking is hard work, but without the team coming together all as well as a team, it would not have happened. We push each other for sure. We definitely push each other.